Hey everyone, welcome to Solid Bricks. Today we're going to be building the Racer Crest. Let's get started. The Racer Crest has a total of 1,023 pieces. It took me a little over 4 hours to do it, and I really enjoyed the build. It was a little bit complicated at some points, where I had to look back through because I missed a step, and I'm sure anyone who's built a Lego set can relate. But it is overall a lot of fun. It's been built for about a month now, and I've had some time to mess around with it. There are a few things that I feel that are a little bit lacking about it. It feels a little bit tight on the inside compared to what it shows in the show, but you know, that's them just working with what they got. I really love the sides, especially the engine part. The engine part is really cool how it worked because you actually had to like pop it on. Like you can take it off individually, so like if you are imagining that it's getting into a fight scene and oh no, it lost the left engine, you can like take it off and make it look really cool. But that's just me using my imagination. You do whatever you want with it. It also has the little guns. I sometimes take this and shoot my siblings just because they're being punks sometimes. But you know, also do whatever you want with that. The little piece is activated by this little lever on top. At first I didn't really know what it did, but the way that the shooter is designed, you're supposed to press down on the back side to release it, and the little section right there helps. The button pushes it out. Like I said earlier, the inside's a little cramped, but when you open it all up, it's pretty fun to play with all the things in there. Although IG-11 doesn't really fit in there very well, and the carbonite pieces are kind of hard to slide in there, just because of how you gotta slide them in perfectly with it. But if you do it right, they'll stay in there and they won't come out. The doors on the side are pretty fun. There's little sleeping quarters on the side that can fit almost everyone except for IG-11. But the other side contains pieces like extra little missile launchers and where you can place guns when you're not using them. And the escape pod on the top is actually pretty cool. They don't mention it in the show at all, but I think it's a fun little addition that every Star Wars ship should have. And Baby Yoda. You can never be at a loss with Baby Yoda. The skis, or not skis, but like landing gear, they look like skis, a bigger version of the pieces that are supposed to be on the minifigures. And they have the little thing that opens on top with room to hold more guns because the set came with 5 or 6 different individual guns. Mando, however, I guess because this came out when they hadn't revealed his face yet, they have his face black so that it doesn't reveal anything. And these are all the characters that come with the set. Oh, and if you're new here, come say hello to us on Instagram. Oh, and we did a room tour of all the Lego sets that we're planning on building and all the ones that we have yet to do. That video will be linked at the end of this video. And make sure you subscribe for new videos that are coming up. I'm gonna tune up the music here just so that we can get on building, and then I'll kick up a little bit at the end to, I'll pop back in here and there to share some of the things that I liked about it. And don't forget when you're building to find a nice little place to keep everything. Like I have my minifigures off to the side, the instructions in front of me, my big pile off to the right. It really helps me build because that's my preferred way. Of course, you can do it however you want, find what works for you, but I really suggest doing that because it helps cut a 6-hour build into a 4-hour build. There are 2 little flaps that are going to be sticking up. I don't think I've put them on yet, but when you get to them, don't worry about it because I thought that they were a weird piece that was sticking up. It's actually for the shooters. It's a little piece that releases them on both sides. So when you're working on it, just don't worry about it. And at this point, you can see the Razor Crest is really starting to come together because we're putting the pieces on the top and then we're going to be putting the panels on next. Oh, I get to do the carbonite pieces now. Nice. Cool. Our carbonite friends. About 2 hours now on this thing, and we have starting to finish the end pieces here. He has like a little sleeping quarters right here, whatever it is. Here's where you can actually see the flaps sticking up. They're on the top of the Razor Crest. I tried to actually stick them onto the side, but there's a little piece there that you're supposed to slide the red missiles into so that it can shoot from there. Spoiler alert. For anyone who hasn't watched Mando yet, there is an escape pod atop the Razor Crest right here. There's a little hole. I'm working on it right now. But it was never actually used in the show, which is interesting. And maybe they have some plan for it later on that it's going to be used, but I don't know how. It's in smithereens. So, yep. Maybe when the ship was being designed, they had plans for it. But then to a certain point, they're like, no, we can't put that in. Which is a bummer, because I would have loved to see a little escape pod. That's so cool if that comes off. Alright, and then I stick that bad boy right here. No, how do I? Okay, how do I put that? Is it like? Okay, so it's like this. Like this. Yeah. That's cool. And then you just go. Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Wait, can I like... This is not a part of the ship, but I'm adding it on because I thought it would look cool. There you go. Now it has missile launchers. Like, hold on, let me shoot the book. That's awesome. Hold on a second. I got limp, my crippled body over there. Yep, I just used my mouth to pry that piece off on camera. And you know what, I'm gonna say that. That's the only real way you get Legos separated. I mean, I have this thing, like this tool here. I've been using it, it's like a little bent right there. But, come on. We all know that's the superior way to get pieces out of each other. The snack of the day is the M&M's Valentine flavored ones. Pretty good. Right here we're getting to the last finishing touches. Finally just adding on the last bit of the engine. I talked about this earlier in the video. It's actually pretty cool how they put the little pieces on the front. It's a little sped up so you may not be able to see it. But we have that little piece there and it slides in and holds all of them together. I had to redo this part about 3 or 4 times because I just can't read the instructions right. But once you get it on, it's probably one of the most satisfying things to click it in there. Bum, 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 da-na-na, 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 pew, pew, we're done. It's so cool. And Baby Yoda. Thanks for joining me today, and make sure to check out all the links in the description below, and the videos recommended at the end. Until next time, bye!